Hello and welcome. In this video tutorial we will be clamping the speed values. If you have noticed, when we press forward or up or down, it just keeps going and it never stops, it just accelerates, and we will be clamping those values, velocity of our drone. So let's get into our Mono Develop, or whichever you're using, if you're on Windows, Visual Studio. Anyways, let's go ahead, create a new method called clamping speed values. Let's go down there, let's make one. Void clamping speed values. Did I spell that one right? Yes. Okay, so the variable we're gonna using is private vector 3. It's gonna be used for velocity and smooth damp. So velocity to smooth damp to 0. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. Okay, let's go ahead. So if we press the forward key, which is W, we will add the force, which will just keep on adding and adding, and we can go lightning speeds, and we don't want that. We want to limit that. So what we're gonna do is, if our first, if we say input.get axis vertical, that means if we're pressing the W or S keys, the value starts at 0. If we press the S key, it goes to -1, and if you press the W, it goes to the value of 1. So we're just gonna check the absolute value of the vertical, and if it's greater than some point, we want to clamp the velocity. So we'll do it like this. If mathf.absolute abs input.getAxis vertical, if mathf.abs is greater than 0.2 f, and mathf.abs of input.getAxis horizontal is greater than 0.2, then we want our drone velocity. Our drone.velocity equals vector3 dot clamp magnitude. Okay, so this will clamp the maximal. When you have a three-dimensional vector, you can calculate the distance, I don't know how it's called, the sum, the product of all three, and the velocity can give you a magnitude. Let me show you. Velocity dot magnitude, it is returns the length of this vector, or square magnitude returns the square length of this vector. So we want to limit the size of our, we want to limit the velocity of our drone. So we'll do it like this. Vector3 dot clamp magnitude. So our drone velocity dot velocity, yes, comma mathf.lerp from our drone the velocity the magnitude, and I want to set the maximum velocity to be 10. So I'll just say that time dot delta time times 5f. Okay, let's go ahead and close that one. Okay, so what are we doing here? Actually, I didn't close something right. Doesn't go here. Okay, so mathf.lerp is a function like smooth damp as we used before, but it only doesn't asks for velocity, and you set the time by time.delta time, and you multiply it with a number. The higher number, the faster it will go from one value to another, and if we put, for instance, 1, it will take much longer than if we put 10. So I'm just gonna use 5. I think it's pretty decent. Okay, so if we go back into Unity, if we try moving forward, we shouldn't get the crazy speed as we did before. Let's try that one. Okay, so as you can see, we're actually getting decent speed, so yeah, about that. And let's go ahead and do it for the other inputs, like if mathf.abs input.getAxis vertical is greater than 0.2f, and mathf.abs input.getAxis horizontal is greater than 0.2, actually less, excuse me there. We want our zone velocity to actually be the same, so we'll just copy and paste this line. Another one is if mathf.apps input.getAxis, this time if vertical is less than 0.2 float, and mathf.abs input.getAxis horizontal is greater than 0.2. We actually don't have the horizontal input yet, but we will, and this is just for limiting it for later. So we have this. We want to, if we are moving to sides, which we'll do in the next video, we want our maximum speed to be 5, which I think it's logical to be slower when moving from left to right than going forward, but you can change that if you won't like it. And the last one is, okay, so if we aren't pressing any keys, we want our drone to just stay in place and not move. So we will do that by checking if none of the inputs are active. We'll just go input.getAxis vertical is less than 0.2, and mathf.absolute input.getAxis or horizontal less than 0.2 f. So if this is the case, we want our drone velocity to smooth damp to 0. So we're just gonna do it like this. Vector3.smoothDamp. The first parameter is the current, so which is our drone. The velocity, comma, vector3.0. It is a vector of 0, 0, 0, so we don't have to type that. Comma, ref, the variable we used here for the smooth damp. Velocity to smooth damp to 0. Velocity to smooth damp to 0. Comma, we want to do it over the time of 0.95 f, because we want it to slowly deaccelerate, which will give us the nice look. I think this should work. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so axis vertical. Okay, I misspelled something. Vertical, where did I? Okay, well, just I mistyped vertical, horizontal, everything's fine. I think it should work now. Go ahead and run this. So if I were to press forward, you see it doesn't go the crazy speeds that we had. It's much better now. And in the next one we're going to cover the swerving from the left to the right, like we have front and back now. So it will add a new motion to our drone. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you want, and till next time, I'll keep making more videos.